guys, what's going on? Mindless here today. Damn, it's sunny. It's a little bit sunny. Turn the blinds down. Today, no gameplay. I'm just gonna be talking one-on-one with you guys. It's been a while. I don't know if I've ever actually done this on my channel. Just kind of sit back and talk and just kind of have like a one-on-one with you. I'm gonna touch on a couple things. Nothing really like serious. First of all, I'm just gonna get right into it. First, right now is obviously the off season for Call of Duty. They had the beta last week. It's going for the next 3 weeks. Right now it's on Xbox. And the next week can be for both. And then we have to wait till November until the actual full release, which is when I will really start grinding again, like really hard, obviously, with the year being the year that I will be eligible after January to try and compete in professional tournaments. If you guys have noticed, there's been like a lull in content. I uploaded like, I don't know, like 3 videos in 3 days or 4 days or 4 and 5, something like that. Like I was on like a little tear. And I just kind of stopped because the beta ended. And then I don't know. I haven't really had the drive to play like a lot of other. I've been playing a lot of Ghosts, but like I've been doing nothing but like 2v2s or like 3v3s. I'm going to start wagering probably more soon. I'll get some uploads on that. And I actually have been streaming a decent amount. Yeah, like I said, guys, whenever I'm uploading, you can catch me streaming. But to be honest, not even the fact that I don't feel like it or I'm not interested in like playing these games. I'm playing games. It's just sometimes it's more fun to just relax and not worry about recording and just hang out with friends and just chill. And like, even though like when I say chill, I'm still like trying really hard when I'm like playing a wager or like playing a tournament or something like that. Like I'm obviously going in, but it's not like, damn, I really have to win. I really have to do this, or I can't use recording, or like something along those lines. Like I like just being able to relax, being able to just hang out with friends. And like I played PUBG a couple nights ago, and I've been playing zombies like on Black Ops 3, like the old maps for like the past like week, and just kind of been relaxing and having fun and like unwinding, because at the end of IW, I was really stressing out a lot for literally no reason. Like, I've been getting like really pissed. I literally play Ghost and get pissed. Like, it's a 4-year-old game, and I'm out here like screaming at it. So, I'm just trying to kind of mellow out a little bit before the new COD comes out, because once that game comes out, I am gonna be going insane on that, putting in 12-hour days left and right, trying to be the best player I can be. Because I really want this year to be the year that me and my team can actually break out and do something. If we look good when the time comes, we have a LAN set up for January. But that's obviously all down the road. Kind of getting off topic. Next, I want to talk to you guys about Rostermania. Whew, I'm switching it up. I'm switching gears. At one point in like the span of like 2 days, there was like 30 to what? Or was it? I think it was like 20 people in 24 hours. Announced free agency. Like, that's insane. Now there's like rumors of like the new rosters coming together. Okay guys, so we're back. Real quick, I just went through and made sure I had all my facts straight. So just keep them. I'm gonna name some of the rosters. I'm gonna name some of the rosters that have been rumored multiple times through whether it's Reddit, Twitter, from pro players' Twitters themselves, just people speculation on YouTube, everything that I could gather with the help of a lot of sources. So just keep in mind, like I said, no organizations have tweeted out saying that this is true. Like, nothing official has come, but a lot of this is in the works. I have some of the potential rosters right here. I'm gonna put them on the screen as I talk about them, somewhere like right there. Sure, we'll do that. Okay, the first team. This is the supposed new phase roster. We got Attach and Zuma staying on board from last year or the year before, and even the year before, I think. Yeah, I think they were both there for AW. Correct me if I'm wrong. Replays, the former world champion, competed at Echo Fox. He pretty much coached phase the entire year, and then played for Echo Fox at Champs. They didn't make it out of groups. They were in Group A with Ontic, 3s Up, and Epsilon. And then Priesta, who was on Cloud9 this year, he is a good talent. He didn't really get to do, like, I don't think he really got to show off his entire, like, he didn't get to play to his potential in Cloud9. I don't want to say that roster held him back, but I definitely think he will benefit more from this roster, and he'll be able to play his style better with this roster, and I think he'll break out and be a better player this year, without a doubt in my mind. So that team is not bad. I think it's better than the team they had with Gunston and Namel. Sorry. I just think that they mesh better. It's like a group of people that they all seem like good guys that definitely like. They all seem like good teammates, and they all have the skill. You have 2 world champions there. I think that's going to be a good team. Next, guys, we have a team that has no organization right now. I'm just going to call it Ace's team. This team is Aches, Enable, who came from FaZe, Nameless, who just competed with EG at Champs, and they didn't even win a map, I don't think, in their pool. But this doesn't matter about, like, Champs placings, obviously. And then App, who was just on Envyus. So, this team, to me, too many egos, too many just big heads. I think the talent's there. I think it's way too AR heavy. Maybe Apathy could run a sub. But not saying App's not a great sub player, but he should never be your primary and only sub player on a team. I don't see that team. They have, I think, they could do really good. They could do really bad. It's just, I think they're going to be one of those teams that are hit or miss. And usually the hit or miss teams are usually mostly miss. They might have like 1 or 2 strong showings, but I just don't see them really performing or placing well at all. That's just my opinion. You guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments, but I just don't think that they're going to be able to do anything. Next, we have the new Luminosity Gaming roster with the roster of Octane and Slack staying on board from last year. And then you have Jacob and John coming from Envyus. If you guys didn't know, the entire Envyus roster, besides Slasher, got, I don't even know if I want to say dropped. I don't know if they got dropped or they all agreed. I remember Hastro said that it wasn't like they couldn't play together, like they weren't good enough. They just didn't want to play together anymore. They just didn't want to keep that team. So Apathy, Jacob, and John all left, and Slasher stayed on Envy. So those 2 left. As I just said, Apathy is on that team with Aches, Enable, and Nameless. So now with this team, these four, Jacob and John, obviously we know like they're world champions. They won together last year in Black Ops 3. They know how to win. Octane was at the top, like neck and neck with Formal pretty much the entire year, except for like the last 2, maybe 3 events, as the best assault rifle player in the game. Just one of the best shots like I've ever seen personally. Like I think his shot is just insane. His accuracy, he just snaps. He does not miss bullets. He's so aware. He's just all around. He's a top 5 player for me all around, maybe even top 4. And then Slacked is always there. Slacked will never be dropping 40 or 50 bombs on a hard point or like going on insane streaks. He is always there. You can always rely on Slacked to be consistent. He is always gonna have he's always gonna have your trade. He's always gonna drop at least decent numbers on a hard point and uplink, even in S&D, and this year CTF actually no uplink. He's always gonna be there. He's always, I think he usually averages like nothing crazy, but if he can average like a 1.1, a 1.12, even a 1.5, something around there, anywhere from like a 1.1 to 1.2, anything better is amazing. But for him, not saying that he's not capable of doing it, but like that's all you need if you're on his team. Like with this roster, you have a 2-time world champion, you have a world champion, you have arguably one of the best shots in the game, and I know Jacob, like in the last 3 years, he's only been okay on jetpacks. He's a phenomenal boots on the ground player. I think this roster has an insane amount of potential. Top 3 team in my eyes. It just comes down to I don't know. I just think their ceiling is very high. I think they are a very good team. They're going to finish top 3, top 4 at a lot of events this year. So keep an eye on the new Luminosity roster. Like I said, no, this is official. This roster could be nothing that I talked about. I don't know. The 4th and final roster we're going to go over today in today's video is the new Team Envyus roster. Like I said, Slasher stayed on board from the old roster. That was literally a week or 2 ago, the same roster. We now have Slasher, Hook, Classic, and Temp. The big 3 is back. Now, Hook, if you guys don't remember, Hook he played in AW. Was he 15 or 16? That's when, like, the rule you could play when you were that young. And he was a freak. He was literally, like, the youngest kid in the scene and, like, going head-to-head with, like, Scump. Like, he was just insane in AW. He was killing it. He was a top 5 player in the game, I think. Like, he was just unreal. He played for FaZe. I'm pretty sure did he play for Denial too? No, he didn't play for. Maybe at one point he played for Denial. I think he played for FaZe also. Yeah, he definitely did. in Advanced Warfare. But yeah, he was just tearing it up, and then they said, sorry, now you gotta be 18 for Black Ops 3. So he said, alright, peace out, I'm going to Halo. He goes to Halo, and he plays for Envy, and he's literally, like, again, one of the best players in the world at Halo now. Like, he's one of the top teams in Halo, one of the top players in Halo. He just has natural skill, and there's nothing, like, that can't be taught. Just, like, the way he plays is insane, and the way that he just adapts is just crazy. So I'm looking out for him to be a force in boots on the ground. I mean, he's played Halo and Advanced Warfare, 2 games that are very different than boots on the ground Call of Duty. But I don't know. I don't think it'll be a problem. I think it'll still be good. Classic. Moving on to the next player. He was on the Luminosity roster. He's a very good player as well. He's also very consistent. He usually can throw up some pretty good numbers as well. Very big part of Luminosity's success last year. But yeah, Luminosity last year, just touch on that. Their success was literally all like Saints, Classic, and Slacked all doing their part, and then just Octane going off. But Classic is always there, like I say, you can always rely on him. As well as Slasher. Slasher goes off like all the time. Like Slasher is like the player on this team. Slasher and Who could just have the big play like potential to go off at any time and just go on like a 15 streak, drop 40 kills, bring a game back, get a 3-peat, like just the craziest shit. Like they have the clutch factor, and I think that they, without a doubt, if there's reasons that they make like late game comebacks or big plays or just annihilate teams, I think they're going to be the reasons why. And then lastly, Temp. Gotta love Temp. He was on Straight Rippin' for Champs, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty positive he did play for Straight Rippin' this past event. Another young talent. He is very nice as well. I think this team's going to mesh very well. I think Slasher will take over the leadership role. I got a world champion in him. He will, I think, be the shot caller. Him or Classic, I think most likely he will be the shot caller. And I think this team has a lot of potential. So if I had to rank these teams 1 through 4, 1 being the best, 4 being the worst. Well, first of all, actually, I want to go 4 first. I think Aces' team is going to be the worst team. Out of these 4, I just don't see them doing anything at all. 3, I'd have to put FaZe at number 3 with Attached Numa, Replays, and Priesta. Not a bad team at all. None of these teams besides that Ace team I think is really that bad. But compared to these other 2 teams, I would put the FaZe roster in 3rd place. 2nd place, I think I would go with the new Envy roster of Slasher, Who, Class, and Temp. Not because the talent's not there, but Who can Temp. Not that I don't trust young talent. I think young talent, like these guys are really good. But you have Octane, Slack, Cap, and John. They're just so experienced, and they're just veterans, and they're just so, like, they know the game inside and out. Not even like World War II. They just know how Call of Duty works, I think, a little bit better than this other team does. This looks like a very Slay-heavy team, the new Envy roster. Not that I'm saying like they couldn't beat them. I think these teams are closely matched. I don't think one team was like clear-cut favorite, but just from the experience standpoint, for me personally, I'd have to put the new LG roster of Octane, Slack, G-Cap, and John above them. So that's it for Rostermania. To be honest, that's really all there is to it. I just wrote down the 4 teams in my notes. So that's that. That's really all I want to talk about. I just wanted to get Rostermania out. I love this. This is my favorite time of the year whenever this happens. We've never really seen one this big, which is awesome. One more thing. For anyone who's like, what's it called? Like everyone's like saying like, if you guys watch, I don't know if you guys watch Vision or not. Sorry, what did I just do? I don't know if you guys watch Vision, the like series. Karma said at the end, like, all these teams like switching up and doing roster changes and stuff. It's literally just like giving them free dubs. Like the only teams that really gave Optic problems over these last like 2 years are like the long-standing roster of Envy, they're gone. The long-standing roster of LG, gone. FaZe, gone. The only team that hasn't broken up or made a change yet is E United. And I think they're going to be good. I think they could definitely give Optic problems next year. I think Splice hasn't made any changes yet. I think they're the only 3. Oh, Ghost Gaming hasn't changed. Ghost Gaming is actually not bad. They have talent there too. So we'll see how this new year plays out, but it's looking like these other teams are just falling off, and I think Optic and E United are just standing, like, they're staying out of it, and they're like, all right, our team's good. Like, I think both of them are top 3 teams now. I think Optic clear-cut number 1 for me at the moment. E United 2 or 3, and then, you know, the other teams, like, it's so hard to judge off paper, like, without, like, any there's no way to really, this year's going to be insane. That's all I really have to say. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate you guys watching the video. and staying till the end if you did. I'm thinking I'm gonna upload some PUBG videos, whether it's 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, whatever I'm playing. Is there even 5s? I don't know. But I'm gonna get some PC gameplay out there for you. Some nice laid back, funny gameplay. But I do appreciate you guys stopping by, watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe. It's all free. Don't be shy, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.